Page 26, Flamenco Dancer. Well, this piece looks like, yeah, what? Well, let's just examine it a little bit. We'll get into it a little bit, and then we'll see. Sometimes it turns out to be not so bad. Other times it turns out to be, bleh. So we'll see. Got a lot going on in here, and if you don't understand dotted rhythms, you're going to be lost. I don't really teach dotted rhythms in these repertoire books. I do that in the method books lessons. However, you really got to understand it, or this piece isn't going to work for you at all. So I will briefly cover dotted rhythms. Now, let's go through the routine. I see it's about 1.5 pages long. Clef signs are still treble and bass clef. Now we have 3 sharps in the key signature. We're in the key of A major. So make sure you're doing the scale for A major. That way you get used to using the black keys on these, because the F sharp, the C sharp, and the G sharp, you get used to using those. You don't have to worry about, okay, which notes are sharped again. Just play the notes in the scale if you know the scale. So learn the scale. And 4/4 time signature, and we got accidentals and dotted rhythms all over. Let's take it one hand at a time and make sure we understand what's going on. We are moving around just a little. Right hand, start here, that puts the hand here. Remember the C sharp, it's in the key signature. And it's 1 and 2 and now this dotted rhythm. Don't make this hard, it's not. Some people just struggle with it. Well, it's your own fault. Don't make it hard, it's not. The first measure. The A comes on beat 1. Have I lost you yet? I hope not. I'm getting sarcastic. I need a cup of coffee. Anyway, that lasts the whole beat. The dot comes on beat 2 because the quarter note takes up all of beat 1. So whatever comes after it has to come on beat 2. In this case, it's the dot. The dot is the same as half a quarter note or an eighth note. It's like a quarter note and an eighth note tied together. So the dot comes on beat 2, and that takes up half a beat, so I need something to come on the and of 2. 2 and that's where the eighth note comes in. So it's 1 and 2 and. The quarter note, dot, and. 1 and 2 and that's it. Second measure, now we have a B flat, so second finger's on B, I'm going to use a B flat. 1 and 2. Again, 1 and 2. Remember the rule for accidentals, it's good for the rest of the measures. So in the third measure, both of those B's are B flat. And the second line, we get the A chord. 2, 3, and the 5/7 chord actually. You can finger it here or here, depending on how big your hands are. Whichever, for the 5/7, okay. Page 27, you're here. Now, B flat, just use second finger down here. I know it sounds weird, that's supposed to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. This second line, third measure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, rest, red, and back to the chords. Let's go down to the last line. Here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and during the rest you come down here. This here. So it's 1, 2, 3 for the ole. Okay. Left hand. Well, it's the same rhythm as the right at the beginning. You're here. 1 and 2 and 3. B flat. You're playing the same note names as the right hand and the same rhythm. And then the second line, you keep that rhythm going. 1 and 2. Now it's a C natural. 1 and 2. Okay. Let's go to page 27. It's like a 4 chord, except it's not an F sharp, it's an F natural. It's 1, just thumb came up. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, not the E. 2. This is what you're doing there. Last line. Here on page 27. You hear? 2, 3, 4. During the rest, you have an 8/8 under those notes. The notes are here, except the 8/8 sends them down here for the ole. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay. put the hands together and let's see what we're doing here. Well, we're playing the same note names and the same rhythm here. 1 and 2 and 3. 1 and 2. Get the idea? Second line. Now you have chords in the right hand as well. 1 and 2 and 3. Rest. Make sure you lift up on beat 4 in the right hand. Again. 1 and 2 and 3. Rest. See, this just sounds wonderful, don't it? Where's my coffee or wine or something? 1, 2. Doing that some more. Let's go to page 27. Remember, the left hand thumb comes up. It is definitely too early in the morning for me for this one. Let's go down to the last line. Here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Both hands are moving. You got 2 rests to get down. You can do it one hand at a time. You can do it both at the same. I don't like moving at the same time, but I can do one hand and then the other. It's whichever. Just be there. You got to look down at the keyboard for that one. Otherwise, you should be able to play most of the rest of this without looking at the keyboard. Eventually. Now, once I have the notes and the rhythms, then I go back through it slowly and carefully a few hundred times or whatever, and I work out the hesitations. So it's a steady beat. And then I think about the articulation or the expression. We have slurs and staccatos, and I'm flexing at the wrist, and there's short staccatos. 1 and 2. And then the right hand on the chords, you hold them out to beat 4. See, right when I play that beat 4, the right hand comes up. On page 27, this is all smooth and connected. It's a contrast to what we were doing with the the bouncy staccatos. It's connected. Second line, you're starting out smooth, and then we're going to go back to staccatos. We're back to what? Yeah. The bottom, the last 2 measures, that here, and slurs to connect them in this. Ole. Now, once I have the articulation under control, more or less, I'll think about the dynamics. MF at the beginning is mezzo forte. See, this first line is an introduction. It's not much of a melody here. It's both hands, sort of loud. And the second line, now you go up to loud. Really, it's going to be both hands. This is kind of... You get to top of page 27, this is MP, mezzo piano is sort of soft. More for the right hand. Keep the left hand really soft. Next line, you go up a little bit, sort of loud. In the right hand, keep the left hand soft. Now here it can be both hands. On the third line, you're back to loud again. Both hands. And you're staying loud for the rest of it. And then the tempo with spirit, which is not a tempo, it's a mood. Well, it just has to be accurate. So, do you think people are dancing to this? To be turned on to there, you slow down, and then the alt tempo means go again. don't copy me. You don't have to take it at that speed. You can play around with the dynamics a little bit. Remember the natural accents? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Feel these all the way through. Let's play this together very slowly. Now this is after you can play the notes and the rhythms okay. No hesitations. We're just checking notes and rhythms. I'm not going to do any louds and softs. I'll do the staccatos and slurs, but I'll give us 4 counts. 1, 2, ready, go. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1, 2, 3, 4 and 2. Rest, rest. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, rest. 2, 3,